Hello and welcome to Student Watch. I'm your host Emma, and today we are joined by NHS specialist Remy and student binge drinker Miranda to talk about the problems faced with binge drinking in the UK. A recent survey suggested that over 1 in 10 people plan to binge drink every weekend, with results probably ending up something like this.
As I'm watching your silhouette, I see you clearly. Jump down off the stairs. The twinkling in your eye makes me wonder if I'm dead or alive. And I just wait. If I could.
According to the government, there were 200,000 hospital admissions in 2010 to 2011, with alcohol as the primary factor, costing the NHS a massive £2.7 billion a year. The starting result of which 34,000 alcohol-related deaths each year in the UK alone. Many of these binge drinkers are aged between 18 and 34, with the younger of these binge drinkers being the most regular drinkers. Is youth culture and a growing nightlife scene in the UK to blame for all of this, or is the cheap cost that we associate with alcohol sold in supermarkets? So, Remy, please tell us what you think about why binge drinking is just so appealing to young adults.
It is. It's this growing nightlife. It is appealing, isn't it? Really, but I do think the cost of alcohol is going so much lower these days. So why wouldn't you? You know, it seems to be kind of the choice of it, and so supermarkets could raise it the same as they do with the cigarettes and everything. They do market it in a way that, you know, if you're old enough then and do it responsibly, you can do it. But if you do it smartly, you can do it the same with the alcohol as well.
Yeah. So, Miranda, you are a binge drinker. You're out and you're like, yes, I drink a lot. So what do you think about it all?
I don't think there's anything wrong with a bit of binge drinking. I think it's a good way to relax. Everyone's more fun when they're drinking. No one's uptight. I guess the low supermarket prices do influence how much people drink, because it is just so cheap and you don't have to buy more expensive drinks from pubs and clubs or whatever.
Okay, well, we've got another alcohol awareness advert here, so I think we should take a quick look.
Stand back.
Too much alcohol makes you feel invincible when you're most vulnerable.
One suggested cause of binge drinking is TV youth culture, like seen in this next clip.
Skins, the brand new series coming soon on E4.
Okay, Remy, do you think that these types of TV shows having an effect on the amount that young people drink at all?
Definitely. I think they glorify it massively. These programs are supposed to be such a representative of our youth culture, and so a lot of the older people think that that's how youth is supposed to act and stuff. But as well as the kids, the youth think like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I'm supposed to do to have a good time.
Yeah.
Exactly, and their favourite characters and stuff, or the way that they reach to have a good time is by drinking and stuff. So definitely, I think it definitely affects them.
So do you think they're doing enough to sort of like tell people about the messages that come with drinking?
I don't think they go into enough of the long-term effects of it, and there are massive arrays of the long-term effects. It might be fun now as you are a child or young anyway to do as you want, and you can't really see it. And I don't think they do enough on the programmes to say, you know what, these are something's gonna happen in your future about it. But the storylines do touch on it, but I don't think they do enough.
They just brush over it.
Exactly.
Just brush over it like it's not a problem.
Exactly.
Okay, so Miranda, you have said you drink quite a lot. And we've got some bottles on the table here, and I'd like to know, on average, if you were going out, what would you drink, sort of maybe from this table?
Okay, well, before we actually went out, I'd probably start off with half a bottle of the vodka, the third from the
This
left.
massive bottle of vodka here. You drink half of that?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Then I'd have a couple of shots from the other ones, and by the time I got into the Sailor Jerry's, the picture would be hula dancing.
She would be dancing, would she? Right. Well, I can already tell you that you're going well over your daily amount there, because it's supposed to be 3 to 4 units a day. So I think we should take a quick look at some of the effects that you might be doing to yourself, you know, by drinking this much. Okay, so you saying that you drink that amount, things like this could happen to you. So do you maybe want to stop drinking? Are you going, oh, maybe I won't drink that much, you know, next weekend or whatever, or
well,
still...
there are times when I'm chundering up into the gutter at 4 a.m. in the morning. I think maybe I should change, but then I think, well, I'm young, I should live my life to the full now, and I come from a long line of drinkers, so we've probably built up an immunity to the effects of alcohol.
Does it not scare you at all? Does it not absolutely terrify you to be lying in the gutter at 4 in the morning throwing up?
No, I always make it back home crawling somehow.
Right, okay. Well, we've seemed to have some tweets on the board here, so let's see if some of these people might agree with you. Elliot says that drink is bad. It promotes underage sex. Okay. We agree with that. So Josh says, a cheeky pint or 7 never hurt anyone. Let's go down some more. Jake says, agree with Eric. Sometimes the birds impress and require an extra several units. So if that's you, and this Jake here hovers about you and you've had your extra units, does that not worry you at all?
Well, I'm more of an aggressive drunk than a promiscuous drunk, so I'm not too worried about that.
Right, okay. So what do you think about it then? Because you must have some concerns.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you say you're aggressive drunk, so I fear for the men around you, but there are some women who aren't such aggressive drunks, and they are very, very vulnerable. And I'm not saying Jake is doing anything, but I'm sure there are definitely people who aren't like Jake and stuff.
See, this one bothers me here, Charlie. Drinking helps with my depression. Hashtag help. See, that to me says it doesn't help with your depression because you're still asking for help. Yeah. So maybe, you know, it's not the best idea. But, okay, let's have a look at what some local students said when we spoke to them today about binge drinking, because they might agree with you, they might not. Let's have a quick look.
Especially in freshers, they went a bit overboard, but I think when it comes down to it, a lot of students calm down when they need to.
You know, even if you're not out and stuff and you just come out for a walk or something in the night, you always see people out on the floor and stuff, just vomiting and all that. So yeah, it really is, yeah.
We tend to drink more before we go out.
So we don't have to spend
money when we're out, but even then it's like £30.
Yeah,
on
10
average on a
bombs.
night out, yeah. 10 Jaeger bombs, something like that, yeah.
In my first year, quite a bit, but I am a Christian, so I try not to drink too much, maybe 2 or 3 pints, the equivalent of, or 2 or 3 short, you know, vodka, cokes, whatever. Actually, I think the real problem is the media labelling students as binge drinkers, because it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, and then people live up to that, and they see that on TV, and that's what they actually go to uni for rather than study.
When I came here, I expected to be drinking all the time, smoking weed, you know, making loads of friends immediately, but it's a lot harder than that. And I think that's where the problem with skins comes from, you know, bringing that stereotype of young people.
Yeah, okay. I don't think it's a problem like with us and stuff, but I think other people take it to extremes.
It's different as well because we'd be defined as binge drinkers, but we don't have, say, like a pint every night. We'll have like 10 in one night. So whereas someone's drinking the same amount as us, but over a week, whereas we're drinking it in one day.
So we won't drink for like 2 weeks and then we'll go out and drink a lot.
So Remy, what do you think about some of the opinions there? Do you really think that they know what they're doing to themselves by drinking this amount?
I don't think they completely get the full story. It seems that they do. Definitely, everyone seems to get the gist of it. But it seems to be everybody else's problem. Oh, that they're the binge drinkers. I don't do as much as them. But if they do look at themselves and how much they're drinking, they would, you know, see that they're definitely part of that percentage that are binge drinkers and stuff. So they have to look and reflect on themselves, definitely.
It's that problem where they go, yeah, everyone else, but there was this one time that so they are doing it. So what do you think about it then? Because maybe you are that person they're talking about, they saw lying in the gutter at 4 in the morning being sick. So what do you think about what they're saying?
I think most people have times when they drink a lot, and if they pretend that they don't, they're probably lying about it. And I don't think it's that big an issue. I mean, people might go a bit far occasionally, but it's not really anything too bad, yeah.
Well, all we can do is tell you about it, and we've tried. So I think that's all we've got time for on this week's show. But please drink responsibly. It could be you regretting that extra drink with your friends.